How's it going, guys? And welcome back to my garage. Alrighty, so today we are going to continue work on Delboy Auto Sales' Ford Mustang that is currently up on the lift over there. So guys, yes, in the last episode we did do quite a lot of work to this thing. We managed to get all of the rusty and crusty panels cut off this thing. Tried to put the firewall on as well, but unfortunately there was a bit of a bug with that. It didn't want to come off, so as you can see, that has actually happened now since we saved and reloaded the game. So yes, the firewall is in the back of our beautiful box truck. Thanks again to JD from Dactyl Gaming for building this super beautiful truck for us, man. It is definitely coming in very handy, especially for getting rid of all these rusty and crusty parts. So yes, without any further delay, guys, we are going to be trying to put this thing together as far as we can today with regards to suspension and bodywork, and then I'm going to see if we can drop the engine into this frame, and hopefully that's going to be something that's not going to blow up, because I did test this engine in the other save game, and apparently the oil, it's a little bit finicky. So as you can see, I did put the oil in this engine in the last episode, or before the last episode actually, but the oil has disappeared from it just sitting here on the engine stand. So I don't know what is exactly up with that, but we'll just be sure to fill the oil again before we try and fire this thing up. I don't think we're going to be able to fire it up at all today. We'll see. I might be able to get all of the wiring and everything sorted out for this. So right now I need to try and figure out how we're going to go about welding this thing back and hopefully not miss any welds, because yeah, this is a customer vehicle, customer Delboy Auto Sales. And yeah, before I actually forget, let me also show you guys what's parked outside, because we've got another customer car in from my good friend Cyclone. We're in the Discord. So yeah, Cyclone sent this bad boy over. So this is actually a kit car. So it is built on the BART, but this is a 1968 Chevy Camaro that has definitely seen some better days. So we're going to be sorting out the bodywork on this thing, and also just going through the suspension for him, making sure that everything is still fine. Although the suspension doesn't look too bad, the engine looks pretty dang good. So I don't think it doesn't look like there's anything really wrong with this thing suspension wise. So it's probably just body damage. Interior looks good, although there's not really a whole lot going into the kit car as such. I don't know if there's door cards available for this thing, but we'll see, guys. Maybe we can spice this thing up a bit for Cyclone, make it look good again. It's definitely in need of a lot of bodywork over here at the front left, as you can see, and the hood is also kind of going all weird on us. So we'll get him a couple of panels and stuff replaced on this thing. It's going to be hopefully a quick job to get this thing sorted out. But yes, we still also have got our Firebird, which is kind of sort of being forgotten. So yeah, we are going to get into this thing soon, guys, but I think business at hand today, we going to focus mostly on getting this Mustang put together. So it's going to be still quite a bit of a job for us getting this thing sorted. So I think let's just continue with this and see what else we can figure out. There's a lot of stuff that I still need to learn about this car, because it's a modded car, and I really haven't ever gotten so deep into one of these as we are doing here. So it's a pretty good learning curve for me. All right, let's get these inner fenders into place and see how they weld on. So yeah, now that everything isn't as rusty and crusty and bad on this thing, it's a little bit easier to see what needs to be done and what we need to weld where. It's kind of weird. It's as if some of the welds are kind of not in the right place, but okay, it's not bad. I mean, it's manageable, it's doable for sure. All right, now that those parts are on, now we can probably get this one on. Where did I put my... Oh, on the table, of course. Okay, so let's continue with this thing. I think it's just 4 welds on this. If I remember it correctly now, it looks like it. Oh, wait, we missed a weld over there. There's another one over there. Okay, good thing. Always good to double check your work. So let's grab this bumper support. That goes onto here. It's got a weld over there, and it's got a weld over there. What bolt did I just... I could have sworn I saw a bolt here somewhere, but that's weird, because everything that we mounted on this thing was like welded on, but okay. I guess it's fine. So now we can get our newly built cross member with the front suspension into place. And where the heck is the toolbox? It's still all the way over here, where we assembled the suspension. Okay, so in terms of wheels and tires, I'm not entirely sure yet what we're going to do, but I will figure that out, because I am recording this episode a little bit in advance from the last episode, so we'll try and figure it out still as we go. But I think so far so good, guys. This thing is coming together very nicely. It looks as if we are definitely heading in the right direction with this thing. We can probably get this back into place now as well, although I don't know if Delboy is going to make this thing a convertible again. Why doesn't it want to go back on? Okay, oh, we need to aim it to where the roof would have been if you were to put the roof on this car. Okay, so we'll just weld that into place there, and that way it is sorted. Okay, so now that that part of the job is done, let's just grab our shock absorbers. Let's get these into place and zip it down there, and there should be, yeah, upper bolt, and same on this side. Upper bolt over there, and lower one over there. All right, perfect. So that looks pretty dang good. So I'm confident that the suspension is sorted on that car now. So what I'm going to do next is we're going to buy a transmission support and fuel tank. I don't know if this is, yeah, this is of the Wolf or the Rat, and that is the Ford Mustang's gas tank. What do they call the gas tank? I didn't see that now. Is it the fuel tank? No, it's gas tank. Okay. All right, so let's see if we can find the transmission support first of all for the Wolf or the Rat or whatever. What do those things fall under? Is that, you know what, let's just do it like this. Transmission support should show up like that. Trans M. Once our catalog decides to... no, I spelled that completely wrong. It's trans, not TAMS, whatever I freaking wrote there. Alright, transmission support, there it is. And now we need to get it over to the FM5, Ford Mustang 5. Damn, I've got a crap ton of mods, guys. So we need gas tank. I think it's going to be easier just to search for this. Alright, is it going to show up? Racing gas tank. We're just going with the stock one, and that is free, so we are definitely saving money with this. So now what I need to do is we need to navigate over to the all cars again. Once our game decides to load. Okay. Come on. Why is the catalog so wonky today? Alright guys, so there we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to search Coyote. I think that's how you spell it. And we're going to see if we can find the starter. So there should be a starter for this thing, and also the transmission. We should find the transmission down here. Okay, so that's the Coyote transmission. There's the starter. We need the headers. I think they call them... I think it's called headers. Let's see. I just got to figure this out. Okay, so there's the header left and header right, and then we need the exhaust left and exhaust right, because nothing else goes onto this car, or onto this engine rather. So yeah, there we go. Let's first of all get the gas tank into this thing. Okay, we are going to need a fuel line as well. And wiring. Alright, so let's bolt the gas tank down first of all. So that looks pretty good like that. Alright, let's get our starter onto the gearbox if it's going to cooperate. Okay, so there's one bolt on that side and one bolt on this side. Come on, here we go. Alright, and then we need this to go back onto the car underneath. Okay, so that means we can get rid of all the other junk and stuff now that was laying around the shop over here the whole time. So I kind of just kept this around so that we end up buying the right parts. So yeah, that is done now. So from here on out, we don't really know what else needs to be done to this thing, guys. Gotta figure it out. This gas tank just decided to go wee. Okay, yeah, it's kind of a bit weird. It doesn't want to collide with the bed of the thing. Okay, well, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to leave it there for now. All right. Okay, so guys, this is going to be the most nerve-wracking part of this job, and that is getting the engine into place, bolting it down, filling it up with oil, and hopefully it doesn't blow up. Because as I said, I tested this engine in a different save just to get myself familiar with it a bit, but it's kind of weird because the dipstick showed it had oil, but then I ran it for a couple of minutes and then it just went bang all of a sudden and it was over. It was just completely messed up. So yes, hopefully that's not going to happen here because I didn't fill the oil myself. I just basically bought the engine and it showed it had oil. I think we've got all of that bolted down. Is there a bolt on the starter? I think, okay, let's do transmission bolts as well. Okay, so I might have to lower this thing down just to check it from up here. Alright, so there's a bolt over there, bolt over there. Okay, we don't have wires in this thing, so the starter bolt for the wires won't show up yet. Okay, so let's go over to... let's just see, engine. We should find the main wires, because I think the main wires are universal for all cars. Hopefully they are. Alright, once it decides to load. Alright guys, that took a hot minute for my catalog to update, so I kind of had to cut it out. So what we need is a fuel line. No, come on. Why is this freaking catalog so laggy now? Come on, work with me here. Yeah, it comes with having a lot of mods on your game, guys, and having a potato for a PC, you know. Where are the wires now? Wires main down here, okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got the main wires, we've got the fuel line, so I don't think there's anything that's going to keep this thing from firing up, except for maybe the radiator. So we need to get the radiator, and also the battery is going to be a bit wonky. So we'll figure it out. This is a learning curve for me, and once I know what everything is all about, then we can take it from there. Okay, so there's the alternator bolt. Where's the ground cable? I could have sworn I saw it back here, and I may have done it already. I think that is the ground cable. Okay, so that is done. All right, so now we need to get our headers installed. Okay, I've got no idea which side this one is now. This is for the right hand side. Okay, so that goes onto there. All right, 5.0 Coyote, here we go. And it should have 2 bolts per cylinder on a side. Okay, let's go grab the other one. Might as well pop this in the backpack. Let's grab this header, get this installed. Right, zip it down, zip it down, zip it down, zip it down. Over there, there, and there. Okay, now the fuel line is a bit weird. So we can get it mounted. right over there, but the bolt for it is apparently over there. So yeah, that is where the fuel line bolts down. It doesn't look like it should be anywhere in that area, but okay. Now the exhausts are also a bit weird, but I couldn't for the life of me find anything that fits better. So we're just gonna have to roll with this. Okay, so let's see. Exhaust over there and there. Alright, so it runs and it ends over there, which is a... To compare it with these ones, so these ones go nice and they stick out a bit, so those ones are going to be somewhere under the car here, so it's going to be a bit weird. But I think there's probably a different bumper that simulates the thing, so that's going to be up to Delboy to figure out once he gets this car back from us. Alright guys, but now I think we got everything installed. Let's quickly grab a radiator and hoses from the Wolf. Alright, so yeah, my catalog is super laggy all of a sudden. Not entirely sure what the heck is going on with this now, but it's very slow. It's as if every time you add a mod or you remove a mod, it just sort of wants to get all buggy and laggy and stuff, but gotta do what we gotta do. Alrighty guys, so the catalog is finally updated. So we gotta see if we can find this thing for the Wolf now. It's gonna be the radiator, upper hose and lower hose. Although it is set to all engines, not sure if we're gonna find it over here. Let's do it like this. Let's type in rad for radiator because it is on Wolf and we know this is the radiator from a Wolf. Okay, is that gonna work? Alright guys, so we bought the radiator. Now we're gonna look for the hoses. And yeah, my catalog is extremely slow. I don't know what's going on. It's maybe something to do with some mod because I added the dealership mod in the last episode. And I haven't really fiddled with the mod since then. But there we go. We've got the two hoses. Okay, hopefully that is going to be the right stuff. Because it's going to be an ordeal buying stuff from the catalog in this episode. So hopefully we'll get it sorted out for the next episode. But okay, now that we've got the radiator, I kind of need to think what else we're going to need in order to try and fire this thing up. Obviously the battery, all the fluids, brake master cylinder. If we manage to figure out what master cylinder is on this car, it looks like the one from the Rat. Let's just undo this thing quick. Come on. There we go. So it's the one from the Wolf and the Rat. Okay, yay. We need to go back to the catalog, which is super laggy. And we also need to get a battery for the car. Okay, so let's get the brake. Let's just go to brakes category. This shouldn't pick up too many things. Alright, and 84 years later, and we are able to buy the freaking brake master cylinder if the game is not going to crash on me now. Alright, so looks like the game didn't crash, and there's definitely something wrong. So, yeah, we want this. Okay, so there we go. We've got the brake master cylinder. We're going to need all the fluids, and then we should be golden to get this thing fired up. Hopefully no issues then. We can't see the bolts from there, so we're going to have to do this. Alright guys, I just got to take a quick recap and see what we did now. Okay, so the transmission is fitted. We've got the starter hooked up. We've got the engine in. We've got the radiator installed. We've got the steering column that I did buy. The steering column will be what we use for the ignition key. Okay, so let's zip this thing down. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to fire this thing up if we just top up the fluid. So we're going to grab the jerry can over here. Gonna put it into our Elka Machino, or yeah, might as well use the box truck. I mean, it is here for that. So let's jump into this thing. and get it fired up. And yeah, this thing is still running like an absolute beast. Alright, so let's get over to the gas station. And we could also probably get rid of the firewall and the transmission support and the gas tank, which is probably gonna glitch out completely. So I don't know where the heck it is, but okay. Let's go get the fluids, guys, so we can get this thing fired up. Yeah, this truck has got a lot of power, actually. I don't know how many horsepower this thing would make. I need to actually put it up on the dyno. I don't know if JD actually put this thing on a dyno for us. Let's quickly see. Diagnostics info. Okay, so there's no horsepower rating listed there. So obviously it hasn't been done inside the truck. So we need... Well, coolant we've got plenty. We need oil and we need brake fluid. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 bottles in case, because this might end up being a little bit tricky, seeing as it's a modded car and collisions are a thing. Okay, here's our jerry can. Okay, let's get that open, grab this. There we go, Funcle wasting fuel on the ground. It's okay, it'll evaporate. Alright, just gonna get a full jerry can like that. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I actually should get rid of this stuff while we are out and about. So let's go and do that as well. Alright, fire this bad boy up again. Just take it nice and easy and get back to the shop. Yeah, this thing actually handles quite well. Not any issues like we have with the El Camino at the moment, which I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. We'll see. Yeah, there's the laggy gas tank. So okay, I will go and sort out the second-hand parts a bit later. And we nearly crashed this freaking thing, but okay. Yeah, so if the engines make a lot of power, then it's hard to stop the car sometimes. But okay, so here we go. We've got our jerry can. Let's start with this. Let's put some gas into this bad boy. Hopefully it's gonna work. No, filling. Okay, there it goes. It's filling. Okay, so we'll have a tiny bit of gas in this thing at least. Okay, so hopefully that works. Okay, so pop that onto there. Now we're gonna need the brake fluid and the oil. And the coolant, we still have got plenty of bottles of coolant. And I actually bought some more. Alright, so let me try and figure this out real quick and see if this is going to work out. Gotta hopefully lean in a bit for this. And hopefully collisions won't be an issue. Alright, it says it's filling. Okay, well, let's just put in this first one. And then I want to check the dipstick and see if it actually shows anything on it. Because I'm not sure exactly how many bottles of oil we need to put in this engine. It might actually be 3. Same like the other V8s. Okay, so there's the first one in. Let's quickly come over here to the dipstick and see what's the situation. Grab it over there, and can we see? Okay, so that looks a bit low. So we are definitely heading in the right direction, and hopefully this engine won't blow up. If it blows up, guys, yeah, you are my witness that this is something wrong with the mod of the engine then, because yeah, I don't know, hopefully it holds, because it would be great if it actually works and it doesn't break and doesn't blow up. Because I mean, we don't really want to go and spend another 11 grand on another one of these engines. At that point I might just tell Delboy that yeah, sorry, the Coyote engine couldn't be done, and then we'll just slap him a nicely built V8 into this thing. But we'll see, guys. Let's just see what happens with this thing first of all. And I didn't get the battery. I should have actually grabbed the battery back at the shop now. But it's okay. You can't ever think of everything at once. So we'll get a battery from the catalog real quick after this is done. Okay, so the oil should be sorted. And guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill up the radiator. And then I'll bring you guys back once this is done, because this usually takes a hot minute. Alright, and that is filled up to the brim. So we've got coolant. Let's just check our oil again, guys, because I'm very wary of this. Okay, so there's our dipstick, and it shows it's got oil. We put 3 bottles of oil in this thing. Last thing I need to do is the brake fluid, which is hopefully not going to be a big issue. Okay, so yeah, let's grab a bottle of brake fluid and see if we can manage this. Hopefully collisions won't be an issue, which it is. Okay, so there is a little bit of a hack for this. We are going to take the master cylinder off again. Okay, just put it on the ground here. We'll grab our brake fluid once again. Just fill the damn thing up all the way. Alrighty, that should do. It actually looks pretty good. Let's get the cap onto this thing. Okay, come on. Let's get the wrench. Put this back. Okay, so that way the brake fluid should be sorted in this car once and for all. Alright, zip it down, zip it down. Perfect. Okay, so now I think we just need the battery. Let's see if this battery will actually do the trick, guys. Maybe it'll still fire this thing up, because this is just going to be a bit of a test. So I'm going to hopefully find the positive terminal and the negative. I don't know which one is which at this point, but okay. So now if I turn the key, this thing should fire up. So let's try it. There we go. Alright, so no, we can't sit down and we can't rev the engine because we don't have pedals, we don't have anything, but yeah, just listen to that beauty purr. And yeah, unfortunately no animated pulleys or anything like that. It just kind of gives you the sound of the engine running. Our exhaust at the back, the smoke is coming out there, so that looks good. Alright guys, well, I don't know if I should leave this thing running to see if it actually bangs up again. So we'll do that once this thing is ready for a test drive, because we still need to get pedals, interior and all that for this car. But we are very close to being done with this thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this job on a little bit of hold. I'm going to start working on the Firebird a bit, because I think we've got a little bit of time for this. So what I'm going to do is we're going to grab these wheels temporarily. We're going to slap them onto this thing so that we can move this thing away from the lift, because I want to start working on the interior next on that car in the next episode, and then our part of the job is actually done, because suspension and engine is the only stuff that Delboy really wanted us to do. So I'll just check with him what's left of the money, if he wants some of the money back or if we can keep it as part of our payment. I guess we'll figure that out, but I am going to continue work on the Firebird a bit. We're going to strip the suspension off that thing. We're still going to see if we're going to build the engine for it. So I'm going to be building a 400 cubic inch for this car, guys. I decided on that, and I think one of the comments in one of the videos, I think it was JD actually, who commented that the Firebird actually came with a 400 cubic inch engine at some point. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Firebirds really, but okay, so we're going to be slapping a 400 in that thing. And I actually think it will be a good test for us to see if the handling is also going to be all weird and busted and broken like that. Alright, so let's just neaten up here a bit, because holy crap, the OCD is going to kick in with the garage so dirty and full of crap here. We could also do some work to the ramp truck, guys. I wanted to see if we can go and sort out the chrome on the box, get that removed, see how we're going to go about that. So let's maybe start with that. I'm going to grab the plasma cutter. Yeah, let's come over here with this. Okay, so this is going to come off by means of cutting all these welds, and I know there is one back here somewhere as well, but we'll see. Maybe it wasn't welded there. Okay, so there's the third weld right at the back. Okay, and there goes the box. Okay, so this box, what I wanted to do is we want to see if we can change that color, or remove the chrome. I might have to move that pallet. Let's bring that pallet over here. Oh, come on. Give me the freaking move tool. Okay, let's move the pallet closer to where the box is now. Because I think it's a little bit too close to the wall here. Right, let's get this box quickly sorted out like this. We're going to reset all objects. So that didn't really do that. Okay, looks like I might have to buy a new box then. Because the chrome on this thing is supposed to come off if you hit that button. Okay, so it doesn't seem like it wants to do anything. Those are the welds. You can change the color of the welds. Okay, so this box is a bit bugged. Cargo box B200. Let's just buy a new one. Let me try and figure this out because it's supposed to be paintable. Alright, here we go with the catalog again, guys. B200, and I think it falls under body. Alright, well, catalog seems to be responding. Alright, so the catalog finally loaded up, guys, and I think it's cargo box. It's just a normal cargo box here. I don't think it's this one. This one is for the B200L, that is for the B200S, and I think it's this one. So let's go ahead and buy this. Okay, because now this is paintable. So we can get our Funcle's Autoworx logo on this thing. I don't know what's up with this one. It doesn't want to do that. So yeah, JD, if you're seeing this guy, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to replace the box because it seems to be bugged at this moment. So this is gonna have to be something we either get rid of or use on something somehow at some point. But okay, we are going to copy our color code, or I might have to take a mental note of this color code. So it's 417A7A. You know what? Let me just type it into my phone here. I think it's going to be easier for me to do it like that. So it is 417A7A. Alright, so I've got that jotted down on my phone. So we're going to do the exact same thing that JD did with the box, color-wise. So cargo box 1, that is the box itself. Okay, so closed. What is that? Nope. Alright, this. Okay, so that is the thing for that. Okay, so let's do our color code here. It's 417A7A. Apply. Okay, so that looks like it's done that part of the job. Okay, and as for the roller door, I'm not going to change the color of the roller door again, because that was kind of a bit of an issue that the color didn't paint the box itself at the back completely. So yeah, we can't really tell it now, but okay. So yeah, you guys may have noticed this part wasn't painted when the box was closed. So we're just going to leave it like this. Going to install this box onto the truck over here. But wait a second, let's do it like this. Let's get this thing sprayed in maybe, what color are we going to make the box itself? I think let's make it black, because that'll give us a nice color for the base of the thing to go onto. Do we still have got any paint available? I think we've got that green. Okay, let's maybe get some black paint. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place now, but paint can. We'll just buy black. Okay, let's put this into our spray paint compressor, and yeah, since we've got the paint booth, I might as well bring the box over here and just do it in here, because the light's a bit better. Might be able to see what we are doing a bit better over there. Okay, so let's grab this thing. Let's put it in here. And now, come on, you silly thing. Don't you freaking do this to me. Oh, dear. Freaking hell. Now, is it because it's open, or what the heck's going on? You know what? Screw it. We'll just paint it like this then. Alright, let's get this thing set to large and just paint the thing. Yeah, this thing is huge. It's going to probably use a whole lot of paint. But it is what it is. Actually, one day if we painted this box the same color as the truck and changed the trim piece to the chrome, how that would look. Yeah, now we use the no clip to get up there, so it changes the size of your thing, because the control X is for the no clip and the X is for changing the size on this thing. I don't know, guys, maybe let me know down in the comment sections if we should maybe try and paint the box the color of the truck and change the trim to the chrome. I think that might actually also look pretty good. Because, yeah, it was a bit weird with the chrome on the big side, because I don't think you can actually apply decals to it anyway. So this way I know that we can actually apply the chrome, well, the decal onto the painted surface. Okay, now this thing is on very small again. Let's just go to very large. Get that painted up. Alrighty. Yeah, we are getting there, guys. So this is going to look pretty nice with our logo on the sides. I'm not going to do anything at the top because, yeah, you obviously won't really see it. Let's just make sure this is all painted up now. Alright, and we just finished the whole can of spray. Okay. Alright, so let's grab this thing. We're going to go and put it onto the box truck again, or the flatbed. Okay, let me just remove this stuff just for in case. Alright, pop you onto there, and there we go. Alright, so let's just see what this looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to change this, guys. Yeah, I really think I'm going to change this, because I haven't even painted there, because we couldn't reach it. Okay, so let's change the... What in the heck is going on with this thing now? It's glitching out on the freaking material master. Okay, but you know what? Let's just go ahead and reset all the objects again. We're going to... Okay, so that is that part. Alright, let's get that part maybe chromed. Okay. Can we get this thing off the box? Yes, we can. Okay. I think let's have a look at this thing. I actually like the black with the chrome. That actually looks pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can get that part painted. Okay, so let's buy another can of paint real quick. Paint can. Yeah, so I just kind of inverted the color on it then. But I think we might go with the black. And those freaking paint cans are still laying there. I haven't picked them up yet and threw them in the trash, because you can't trash them with the trash bag, so you need to pick them up and carry them to the trash bin. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so let's see if we can get this part painted. Alright, because I think the black box might actually look pretty sleek with the chrome on this thing. Okay, I think I've got everything painted now. Yeah, this is going to mess up our color condition stars now, I know, but yeah, you can't always have your bread buttered on both sides. Okay, so let's get this back onto there again. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, I don't know, guys. Maybe let me know in the comment section if we should make this thing the same color as the truck, rather, and just put our logo on the door from the Alchemachino onto this thing. I don't know what it's going to look like. We need to maybe get the decal installed and see what it's all about. Alright, let's grab this welding machine. We're going to bring it closer. We're going to get this thing welded back into place. Okay, so there is a weld over here. Okay, perfect. Let's do the other side real quick, because now this thing can stay on the truck for now. Because even if I do decide to paint it again, we could paint it on the truck because it will probably be the same color as the truck then. Okay, so let's close up that roller door again. I think it looks pretty good. So let me grab my box of decals or stickers here. So I gotta try and find my logo for Funcle's Autoworx, guys. It's probably gonna be on here somewhere, and now because this thing was on the material master, it's not gonna work out. So it's gonna need me to save and reload the game for me to do that. So yeah, that's a thing. And decals also impacts your performance quite badly, guys. Okay, so we'll get that figured out once we saved and reloaded the game in the next episode then, I guess, and see what it's all about. So I think without any further messing around and about, let's get our tools back into the shop for now. Just gonna put it here. Alright, let's go over to the paint booth. Well, not the paint booth, to the Pontiac Firebird. Speaking of which, yeah, we can actually return this to the paint booth, but we'll just put it there for now. Okay, so let's focus a bit on our Pontiac Firebird over there. I accidentally bought a caliper. What was this caliper for? This is for the... Yeah, this can actually work on our Pontiac Firebird, guys. So, yeah, this was actually bought on... Yeah, by accident. Okay. But alright, let's start the teardown on this thing, guys. I'm going to have to see what is cooking with the suspension on this thing first of all. So I think let's dig into the suspension a bit. Going to strip off these shock absorbers. And yeah, I'm going to set a minimum part condition for this car of, say, 75% at least. I think that'll be good because I want to make this thing into a drag car, a dragster or something like that. Gonna see how that's gonna work out. So far so good. The parts actually seem to be relatively decent. The ones that we seem to get off here, that's fine. Some parts are bad. Okay, let's have a look at this caliper on this side and we'll just continue from here. Oh, for crying out loud, would you... Come on. Pop off already, you are freaking loose. Alright, this caliper is bad. Let's just check the hose for good measure. Yeah, the brake line is good. We could reuse that. Maybe this brake line is bad, who knows? Let's see. Oh, that brake line is brand new. Okay, so... It is possible, guys, to find very good parts on cars, buying them from the used dealership. Right, let's get this leaf spring off first of all. And you know what? Before I continue, guys, let me just undo this freaking drive shaft here at the back, because this is always something I forget. And I did take the transmission out this car, so our drive shaft is loose. The drive shaft I'm going to replace. So let's just put that on the ground. Should actually... Yeah, the box truck doesn't go into the shop, so we might have to still use the Alco Machino for this, guys. But that leaf spring is actually fine. It's still pretty good. Alrighty, and there we go. Let's get this one off. Alright, so this is probably going to come off altogether now, because... We've got this loose and we've got this loose. Okay. Alright, let's check our axle over here. Axle is 48%, leaf spring 57%, so we're going to need a new leaf spring. Alright, let's check everything on this rear end suspension of the car. Handbrake levers, well, cable is 98%. Axle itself is actually shot. Okay, let's just... grab the screwdriver here. Alright, get that off. Yeah, that's the only one that looks like it might be okay. This brake disc is shot, the hub is shot, the axle is shot, that is shot. Brake disc is shot. Maybe the hub is good. Let's see. Yep, hub is still 97%, so that is good. Alright, so I do recall we have got some hubs kicking about, but I think those are for the lad. Yeah, these things, they don't like to stay on the shelves. But okay, yes, that is for a lad coupe, and for the NIV. This might actually work on the Firebird if we need it. Just put it on the shelf there for now. Okay, so that is rear suspension all stripped off. Let's do the front. All right, so we'll have to try and see how this crossmember comes off. I don't think it actually... No, it might actually bolt down. Alright, come on. Yeah, there's a bolt there. We've got that one. There's the other one. Kind of glitched into the thing there a bit, but it's okay. At least we've got that loose. Okay, let's take this off. Upper control arm. Yeah, they're having a hard time grabbing stuff on modded cars because the collisions are super weird. Okay, that needs to be replaced. Shock absorber. Okay, let's do this side as well. Oh, come here, for crying out loud. Okay, 40%, so that is shot as well. Upper control arm. Come on, where are you? There it is. Okay, this one is 64%, which is, yeah, below 75%. Okay, let's grab this. Alrighty, so front suspension is completely removed. And, yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of good parts on here, but we'll see. We'll have to investigate every single part on its own. That caliper seems to be good, which is the front left. Which caliper did I buy? Accidentally now. Was it the front right? Yeah, that'll actually work out pretty well if the other one is shot. So it means we've got a good caliper, which it is. So yes, I actually bought something accidentally, which is, yeah, something that we can actually use. Right, main brake line. This is still good. We'll just pop it onto the caliper over here so we could reuse that. Alright, let's continue. Here's our screwdriver machine. Get this thing removed. 34%, that's bad. 71%, which is below 75, so that can go in the bin. Okay, and this hub, because we've got one hub which is great. So this hub is 98%. We've got two hubs at least then. Okay, let's check this hub for the hell of it. Okay, so that is bad. Okay, let's take off this hub carrier. Hub carrier is bad, so that can go back onto there. We'll just put it together again. 80% on this one, so that is good. This is a good part, guys. We're going to keep that one around. Alright, let's see. Strut rods. Let's just unbolt them both and then we can check them one by one. 54% and 54%. Okay, so let's see the lower control arm here. 85. So that's going to be reused. Alright, let's check this one. 73, so it's under 75, so we're going to be replacing that anyway. Alright, this tie rod is clearly banged up. What about this one? This one is 48%, so that is bad. Steering link. Steering link's good. Could reuse that. Alright, steering box. Come on, yeah. There we go, 56. So that can go back onto there because it's bad. And that is also bad. Steering arm. Okay, I could have actually seen it like that, but okay. Alrighty, guys. So all of this is junk. Everything laying around here. We just got to pick up our steering link. So this is still good, so we can still reutilize that. And now, next up, what I want to see, guys, is we need to get the... Yeah, I can probably just take this off as well. Yeah, but we need to get the stuff sorted out for this car. 72%. We could probably start working on the engine next. I think that'll be good. We can start buying engine parts and getting the engine more or less put together, or at least get a good thing going with the engine. Alright, there's our radiator. Radiator is 53%, which is bad. Not really bad, but it's not good enough for what I want to do on this thing. What radiator is this? This is from the chat bar, Jesse. Okay, so it's kind of a universal radiator for all the cars, all the muscle cars. 60%, 80%. So this hose is good. Oh, we still got a right-hand side exhaust on this shelf over there, which is good. Alright, so all these parts on the floor are bad. Battery wires are bad, so we're going to replace those anyway. Brake master cylinder is at 70%. Which I think we've got another one inside the room over here, which came off of one of our cars. 73. Alright, just checking what else we've got here. We've got a 79% caliper. We've got some brake pads just kicking around. We've got some brake hoses as well. So, yeah, I might just have to come and check here first. What is this? 76% wiper linkage, but I think the Pontiac doesn't use that. Okay. Last but not least, let's get this. Yeah, we can probably undo this. Yeah, battery tray is bad. And battery cables are bad, or main wires as they call it. Alright, guys, so I do know that there was a problem getting the steering column off this car in the junkyard in the past. But yeah, looks like it's second gen Firebird, so that is specific to the car. This one is still in good condition. Let's check our steering column, or steering wheel. Steering wheel is bad. I'm gonna get some, well, we'll probably get a sporty steering wheel for this thing if it's going to accept it. I actually wanted to check this out, guys. We've got some pretty good mods for interior parts. That is not going to fall under B200 probably, but let's have a look at this quick, because there are some steering wheels that I wanted to try from Weinberg's extra parts mod. And once this interior loads, maybe it's going to show up here as well, hopefully. But yes, it doesn't. So let's go over to RAT, because I know it was originally created for the E36. So if we go over to RAT, it should load all the interior parts for the RAT, which those modded parts should also show up there for. Let's come on, just load up already. Freaking hell, catalog. This thing is super slow today, guys. I don't know what's cooking with it. Alright, so it doesn't show up under RAT as well. So then it must be E30. Alright, don't worry, guys. I'm going to cut these freaking catalog loading times just out of the video for you guys. Alrighty, guys. So I decided to just search steering wheel, and now all of the steering wheels in the game is popping up for us. So we're going to be able to hopefully navigate down here. So this steering wheel over here is the one that I had in mind for the Pontiac Firebird here, if it's going to mount, which it will. That is golden. Okay, so now we've got our steering wheel that we want on this thing. I think that is going to look pretty mean and nifty. And now it's going to be a matter of getting this thing back into the car, most probably. Which it seems to be yeah, not really cooperating so well. We'll see if this is going to be able to go back somehow. We need to just figure this out. Or it might be a bug with the mod, so we might have to end up abandoning this car. Well, I don't know, guys. Yeah, it's all the things with modded cars and probably bugs that can be there. Maybe the freaking suspension needs to be in for this thing to go back in, but okay. I'm not going to be bothered with it. We're going to start buying the parts for the engine. So I'm going to build a completely brand new engine. So I think let's maybe start with the engine blocks. We're going to buy the 400 cubic inch engine block from the big block mod from Nick's Speed Shop. Alrighty guys, so the catalog finally decided to load up all of the engine blocks from Nick. So I had to go over to Nick's engine parts in order to find this again. So we're going to do the 400 cubic inch V8, which is going to hopefully be sufficient for our vehicle here. And I also noticed we've got a big block timing cover, which I don't know if it's something different, but we are going to buy the big block spark wires as well. We've got a bunch of other stuff in here, which I'm not going to really mess with because I know the base game V8 stuff actually works on this as well. So we're going to go ahead and navigate to V8 again. And yeah, let the catalog do its thing again, guys. Alright, so we are finally back in action, guys. So we're going to be buying a lot of stuff for the Firebird now. Stuff that I can think off the top of my head that we need for this car. So I'm going to go with some performance-ish goodies. I don't know. I'll decide as I go along, guys, and buy the stuff because I'm not sure exactly what type of build I'm going for. Because I don't want to do a supercharger on this thing. We are going to be doing something different from what I usually do. So we're going to go with all the base game stuff here, guys. But I'm going to do the performance cylinder heads. The exhausts, we've still got to figure that out. Gonna do the basic manifolds. We'll get the... Yeah, maybe we can get the lightened flywheel and performance stuff like this. But stuff like this is stuff that we need. We're going to get the performance ignition coil, oil pan. We'll get the oil filter from somewhere else. Okay, that's all the stock stuff. We are going to need a starter. Thermostat housing, timing chain. We bought the big block cover. Water pump. We've got a camshaft that I'm going to take out of the Alchemachino actually. So we'll see what I want to do about that. But okay, so yes. This is what we're going to be buying, guys. We're going to be buying the triple, well, the 6-barrel or 6, yeah, I don't know. It's triple carburetors. It's 2 carburetor 6-barrel. Okay, yeah, let's just call it 6-barrel carburetor. I know it's 222, but okay. So there we go. Gearbox, we're going to do the 6-speed gearbox in this thing. I'm going to buy the fancy engine fan. And, yeah, all these HP parts. I think that's fine. We got the what's a distributor for that already. We're just going to buy another one of those. I'm not going to be taking it out of the Alchemachino just yet. Alright, let me see what else I wanted to get. There was quite a bunch of stuff that I need. Alright, let's see. Exhausts, we'll figure that out. Spark plugs, we're going to need 2 boxes of those. Ignition coil, lightweight flywheel, high performance fuel pump, pressure plate. I don't know if this radiator is going to mount to a Pontiac Firebird, but we're going to have to give it a try. And there we go, guys. I think that might actually be everything we need. We'll see. I can always come back and figure out the catalog again, but my goodness, look at all that stuff on the floor. Alright, well, let me bring this palette a bit closer. We're going to see what color we're going to do. Let me just put it right over here. It's close enough. Alright, so on the Firebird, let me quickly think what I wanted to do. So guys, remember back in the day I told you guys I wanted a yellow car with black GT stripes. And I think this might actually become our little old Bumblebee. Well, not really, because Bumblebee is actually a Camaro. But I think we'll see. We're going to make this thing black and yellow. So that is the color theme I'm going for. So I'm going to have to try and figure out what's going to be what color. So like the engine block, guys, I might as well make this black. But I'm going to go with something a little bit off black. I don't want to go super dark with this. So let's maybe create ourselves a color code to work from. Actually think let's make it a nice round number. Say 30, 30, 30. Yes, I think that might work. Okay, so yeah, I think that's going to be a good starting base for us, guys. The black engine block, and then I will decide what's going to be yellow, what's going to be black further from there. Might even do some black headers. We'll do the cylinder heads in black as well. Going to make it quite obvious parts, you know, stuff like that going to be colored. So like the crankshaft, I'm not going to be coloring that. But yes, I think this engine is going to be quite a bit of a beast, especially with our triple carburetors we're putting on this thing. I'm not going to go supercharger with this build. Did we buy the intake for it? No, I'm going to have to still buy the intake. So, I mean, just figure this out. The catalog is hopefully still going to work for us. Alright, now I just got to figure out where it is. Okay, I sort of here. Okay, so for example, like this thing could be yellow. So, I wonder what the color code is of this. Would be nice to figure that color code out, because that would be a nice color. But now, as for the yellow, let's try and make ourselves a nice color code for yellow. I think, yeah, F5FF00, triple F900. Yeah, that's going to be a bit too pale. Okay, so let's go with triple F00. Well, 000. Triple F000. I think that's going to be it, guys. And probably also just color match the spark wires then. Not a big difference, but yeah, definitely going to figure everything out what I want to do here, guys. But I see we actually went a bit further over our 1 hour mark. So what I'm going to do is, guys, we're going to end this episode right over here. There's going to be quite a lot of stuff still to do, and once I figured out what I'm going to do with the Mustang over here, because I still need to get a new battery for this thing. We need to do the interior for Del Boy, and then as for the bodywork, that is going to be, yeah, well, at the time of recording this, I was not put to task to put the body together, so we're going to be just getting this thing up and running in the next episode with some interior, and then we'll take it for a bit of a test drive. I'm going to see if the engine wants to keep its oil, and if it's going to blow up, I guess. So if it blows up, then we're going to have to make a different plan with this car, guys, but I guess we'll see. But yes, thank you so much for tuning in once again, guys. I appreciate every view, every like, and also if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, I will see you all in the next one.